First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Meteorologist Lee Southwick. We are talking about the rain that's moving on out of here, and we are streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to comment any questions during this time, please go ahead and do so. I will keep an eye out for that and try to watch out for any comments or questions that you may have. So, all right, let's get started here. We have been watching rain for almost the past 48 hours. This low pressure system came out of the Gulf of Mexico. It moved across the state of Florida. We are still seeing rain here on the First Coast. One of the few spots left still seeing rain because of that little low pressure system right there, right off our coast. You can see how it's spinning and wrapping those showers from the Atlantic onshore. So we have been dealing with rain still this Tuesday morning. So here's a look at our rainfall totals over the past 48 hours. Now, these are not official observations. They are radar estimated rainfall totals, but a lot of places came in close to or right around half an inch of rain over the past 48 hours. So that's going to count Sunday night's shower activity that we saw arriving first to Columbia County. Then, of course, all the rain we saw overnight and the rain that we had this morning. So we still have some showers out there across the First Coast. You can see the heaviest rain, the bulk of the rain, that's offshore. But let's zoom in and take a closer look. Nassau County, you're now drying out. You had one little shower there, move across, it looks like Yulee. And then now we have a few showers still across Jacksonville, moving onshore in Ponte Vedra Beach, Green Cove Springs, Oakleaf, a few little showers around you as well. Then this is pushing south, so St. Augustine, Crescent Beach, you're getting some of those little showers too. This is moving over Palatka, so over portions of Putnam County. And notice that the direction of these showers, as they come on shore, they're a bit more east-southeast, and then as they continue to wrap down, they just move south. So that's why all that rain in Palatka, it's coming from the north, dripping south. And so more of this is going to move over Flagler County as well. We'll continue to watch those showers move onshore for the next couple of hours, but the sun is on the way. So here's a look at radar and satellite, and you can see places like Waycross getting some sunshine, Lake City, some blue skies over there too. So there's quite a difference when it comes to our temperatures because of the cloud cover. Some of you seeing rain, again, I'm talking to places like St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra Beach, where it's still dreary, raining, cloudy, and cool. Meanwhile, totally different story for some of our places in the north and the eastern regions of the First Coast. So here's a look at our temperatures. Waycross is at 67 degrees. Meanwhile, Keystone Heights is at 55 degrees. How's that for a temperature difference because of the rain and the cloud cover? So a 24-hour temperature change also kind of helps show the difference between what we're feeling when the sun comes out versus the rain and the cloud cover. So for instance, this time yesterday, there was a cloud cover all across the First Coast. Lake City was 11 degrees cooler right now than they are now. Waycross was 10 degrees cooler. Meanwhile, Mayport right now is 1 degree cooler than it was this time yesterday, and you can see a lot of us are within a handful of degrees. Our temperatures will continue to rebound though as the sun comes out. So for the rest of you in our southeastern areas, you will see the temperature start to rise once you get rid of the cloud cover and the rain. We have a little bit of a breeze out there. Generally around 10 miles an hour. You can see give or take some depending on where you are, but those winds are coming out of the north. Despite that northerly breeze though, again, we are going to warm up. So usually we see a northerly breeze after a cold front, and that's usually bringing in cooler air from the north, but it's just trying to push away all of that cloud cover. As we know, the rain is moving to the south, so all of that is being pushed south, and as we get the clearer skies behind that, that's when we are going to warm up back into the 70s. So here's a look at our future radar. We're talking 2 o'clock now. This is just one model run, but it does show how the rain has mostly stopped across the First Coast at this time. So that's our thinking too, and how the cloud cover is starting to move out. So maybe Jacksonville, you'll see some more sunshine right after the lunch hour. And then places like St. Augustine, Palm Coast, you're going to hold on to that cloud cover a little bit longer, but it does continue to move out through the afternoon hours. And this evening, we will be clear. So here's a look at the next 12 hours. Still cloudy out there for the Jacksonville area through 11, 12 o'clock, still some cloud cover, but you can see all those clouds clear as we head later into the afternoon hours, and then temperatures warm up under that sunshine. So at the Jacksonville airport today, we're going with a high of 71 degrees. Of course, others of you could be a bit warmer, places like Waycross where you're already sitting in the middle to upper 60s. We'll watch to see if you climb a little bit further into the 70s. But again, generally speaking, either side is 71. So we're moving into the 70s today. Most of us are. This evening, we drop through the 60s. It's a fairly nice evening. Again, the cloud cover is out of here. You're going to have clearer skies. So if you're having dinner around 7 o'clock, temperatures dropping from the middle to lower 60s. Should be a pretty nice evening out there. So the decreasing clouds, the afternoon sun, we're going to see these winds again stay either side of 10 miles an hour. So 7 to 15 is what we're saying with those winds coming out of the north. Sunset tonight at 6:22 p.m. So then we move into our overnight hours and temperatures continue to drop down into the 40s. You can see there I put dawn 47 degrees. That's again at the Jacksonville airport. So generally speaking, we're talking mid to upper 40s inland and then upper 40s to low 50s for those of you right along the coast. So a cool start to the day tomorrow, but we don't have to worry about rain for the morning commute. Thank goodness after this morning and yesterday morning. So with a temperature of 76 degrees, that is noticeably warmer. We're going to continue to warm up. We're going to continue to watch as our temperatures climb towards the middle 70s with a good bit of sunshine. So Wednesday, we put taste of spring. I think it's a perfect spring break day. We just get a little bit of a taste of it earlier on with those temperatures in the 70s, warmer than normal. Usually we're right around 71 degrees and lots of sunshine. A little bit more cloud cover on our Thursday. It's ahead of another cold front, but it's even warmer that day. There's winds coming out of the south, generally speaking, getting our temperatures into the upper 70s. So right now we're going with the 78, but some of you will get close to 80 degrees on Thursday, a very warm day. More cloud cover does build though. And then Thursday night into Friday morning, we could have a few little raindrops, nothing significant, but a few drops as our next front moves on through. And that is, of course, going to cool down our temperatures. So you can see there, our average high is 71 degrees. We're right on the mark today. And then we go above that Wednesday and Thursday. The front moves through. I think it's going to drop our temperatures about 10 degrees. We're going to be back in the 60s, but it's not frigid. We're talking upper 60s. And then Saturday, we likely move right back into the 70s. So over the weekend, the 70s do return. So as I mentioned, those rain chances are very low. This is one model showing us the possibility of this front moving through and the rain it could bring, and it really does not show much. It shows the cloud cover moving through, maybe just a few little sprinkles, and then you can see those winds coming out of the north and dropping that cooler air into our area, so those temperatures do fall. Saturday, I put this in here because it's a big day. We have the Gate River Run, Saturday, 8 a.m. Temperatures are going to be sitting in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. It will be cool out there. We're moving through the 50s quickly, though. I think by 10 a.m., we're already in the 60s. So if you are running Saturday morning, I'm not a runner, so I can't speak to if this is great running weather. You know more than me, but I don't think it looks bad. Comfortably cool. Good bit of sunshine out there, too. I'm going to show you now a time lapse of the past 3 hours for different spots across the First Coast. And the takeaway here is the rain that we had earlier today and then how that shower activity is starting to lighten up. You even see some peaks of blue out there. And I'm also going to use this time just to make sure I don't have any comments or questions on Facebook or on YouTube. All right, I don't see anything on Facebook. And I don't see anything on YouTube. Here's your next time lapse. So this is Mayport time lapse. Perfect. If you guys don't have any questions, that's great. Hopefully that means I'm answering all your questions right now. Let's see here. All right, so look at that. Starting to see the rain lighten up a bit in these places across Duval County. Lake City, cloudy, dreary start to the day, but by around 9 a.m., you started to get some blue in the sky. And now look at that. Oh, beautiful blue skies. It feels like so long since we've seen that. So don't worry for the rest of you. If you're still seeing rain out there right now, this is what's on the way. Clearer skies, sunnier skies, brighter days ahead, and the 70s are back. So here's a look at your next 7 days. We're talking temperatures in the low 70s today. It's a cool start, but we should warm up with more sunshine, getting towards 70 degrees. We move into the middle 70s on Wednesday, and then the upper 70s on Thursday. A very warm day. It's out ahead of our next cold front. So you see those rain chances we have there 10 to 20%. Any sort of shower activity will likely fall late Thursday or early Friday as that front moves on through. Then the cooler air moves in, so we will have highs staying in the 60s likely on Friday afternoon. I don't think the morning is frigid either. I think the morning is still in the upper 40s, similar to where we have been and where we will be over the next couple of days. But then the high temperature stays in the 60s. Still a pretty day though. We have some cloud cover moving on in on our Thursday, and then the cloud cover will move out on Friday. So although it feels cooler, you'll have some more sunshine out there. And then over the weekend, I like that forecast for a weekend. We're talking 70s, so low to middle 70s. In the sunshine, it will feel warmer, and I do think we have sunny skies. So if you've been looking to get outside over the weekend, you want to do some big plans, you want to go hiking, you want to go on the boat, I think this weekend's a great weekend for it. A little bit breezier on Sunday, but still temperatures fairly comfortable, near to slightly above average for this time of year, and a good bit of sunshine. I hold us in the 70s on Monday as well. All right, but I'm gonna again just quickly get a look for any sort of questions before we leave. And Jackson, did you see any questions either?
I did not.
All right, he does not either. How are we doing on time?
1 minute.
All right. So before we go, and don't forget too, if you need a new update, I'm on around 11:30 a.m. on First Coast Living. I'm back at noon. And then, of course, Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan, Meteorologist Ross Muma will be here at 4 o'clock. And then for the evening shows too, where they will be tracking sunshine, because this mess you see on your screen is moving out of here. So across the state of Florida, it looks a bit different. This is different from yesterday because the First Coast is actually getting most of the rain, but it's not too significant anymore. It was a mess this morning, but it is now moving out. So far we've had about half an inch of rain, depending on where you are, less across southeast Georgia, of course. And that rain will continue to push out of here. So southeast Georgia, you're dry. Our western counties, you are dry. Nassau County now drying out. Duval County, you will soon be drying out completely. More of that rain off the coast pushing into St. John's, into Clay, into Putnam and Flagler. So we'll still have to watch out for the next couple of hours for some showers for you, but the sunshine is on the way, as you can see here on our satellite. Look at that. So this cloud cover, obviously, all the clouds, you can see that white color that's starting to move out and move away and bring you some sunnier skies. So we will continue to keep an eye on it. I will be tracking it at noon, where these temperatures will be warmer. It's almost 11 a.m., so we're about to see a jump in these temperatures again. Usually with this map, I notice more of a temperature change every half hour. So we'll continue to watch for that. But again, these temperatures, look at that, Valdosta, 71. So those of you in the 50s, you'll soon move into the 60s, and those in the 60s, I think you'll soon move into the 70s. We'll be watching it here for you. Enjoy the sunshine when it comes out later on today. Enjoy the warmer temperatures. Remember, a little bit cooler on Friday, but the weekend ahead looks really nice. Thanks for joining me.